Since first stepping onto the stage with the Old Vic Company in 1957, Judi Dench has built a reputation as one of our greatest and most enduring actresses. Even at the age of 85 and with 7 Oscar nominations to her name, she's still in incredible demand by filmmakers. So let's take a look at Judi's wonderful career and see why she's still such an incredible hit with audiences. Judi Dench had been a jobbing actress for nearly 40 years before she shot to fame as M, the irascible MI6 chief in the James Bond series, first appearing in GoldenEye in 1995, the 17th film in the series and the first to feature Pierce Brosnan. Other major film roles quickly came along, which started her on a journey that has so far accumulated 7 Oscar nominations. The first was Mrs. Brown in 1997, very quickly followed by Chocolat in 2000, Iris in 2001, Mrs. Henderson Presents in 2005, Notes on a Scandal in 2006, and most recently Philomena in 2013. But it was her portrayal of Queen Elizabeth I in the 1998 film Shakespeare in Love that led to her first and so far only Oscar win, picking up the award for Best Supporting Actress. Judi is on screen for only 8 minutes, which is possibly the shortest performance from anyone who's gone on to win an Oscar, but just goes to show the power of her screen presence and the sheer depth of her performance. Judi is by now used to playing royalty, having also taken on the role of Queen Victoria a couple of times. The first was in 1997 with Mrs. Brown, which tells the true story of how, while in deep, inconsolable mourning for her late husband, Victoria shuts herself away and becomes reliant on her servant John Brown, who quietly tries to encourage her to re-engage with the world once again. Originally intended as a television drama, Mrs. Brown did get a limited release and received widespread acclaim, which led to Judi's 4th BAFTA win and her first Oscar nomination. She returned to the role in 2017 with Victoria and Abdul. Again, it's a true story, but this time we find Victoria beguiled by her engaging Indian servant Abdul Karim. Secretly, Victoria enjoys the tension her relationship with Abdul creates with her disapproving family and her career-hungry politicians. Judi returned to the James Bond series with her second appearance opposite Pierce Brosnan in Tomorrow Never Dies, which was soon followed by The World Is Not Enough and Die Another Day, the 20th outing for the super spy, but it didn't perform terribly well at the box office, which led the producers to look for a new actor who could take Bond into the 21st century. Judi was the only person to transition to the new, harder-edged films, which brought Bond back closer to Ian Fleming's vision of him from the books. Over the 17 years that Judi's been associated with the series, her role has evolved enormously, adding to the individual stories and helping to broaden our understanding of Bond's character. However, back on the Oscar trail, let's have a look at Iris in 2001. It's a very moving drama that documents the life of author Iris Murdoch and the blighting of her brilliant mind at the hands of Alzheimer's. Judi and Kate Winslet both play Iris at different stages of her life and were both nominated for an Oscar for their outstanding performances. Never afraid to take on difficult and challenging roles, Judi appeared next in Notes on a Scandal in 2006 with Cate Blanchett. It's adapted from Zoe Heller's novel, and Judi plays a London schoolteacher who develops an unnerving fondness for vulnerable women. It's a spine-tingling story with performances to match. Other notable roles include the heartwarming comedies The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, released in 2012, and the predictably titled sequel The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel that followed a couple of years later. With a magical ensemble cast that includes Celia Imrie, Bill Nighy, Tom Wilkinson and Maggie Smith, the films follow a disparate group of pensioners who've outsourced their retirement to a ramshackle hotel in India, managed by the disorganised Sunny, played brilliantly by Dev Patel. Judi moved back from light comedy to intense drama the following year with Philomena. Again, it's based on a true story and it follows an Irish woman who searches for her son, taken away from her at birth by the Catholic Church, and quite understandably her outstanding performance led to her 7th Oscar nomination. Born on the 9th of December 1934, Judi initially trained as a set designer, but after her brother attended the Central School of Speech and Drama, she became interested in acting. She applied and was accepted, and interestingly became classmates with Vanessa Redgrave. Her first professional job was in September 1957, playing Ophelia in Hamlet for the Old Vic Company. By the 1980s, she was a familiar face on TV, appearing with husband Michael Williams in the comedy A Fine Romance between 1981 and 1984, and then in the long-running sitcom As Time Goes By with the hugely talented Geoffrey Palmer between 1992 and 2005. More recently, in 2018, Judi played Princess Dragomirov in Kenneth Branagh's production of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. And in the spring of 2019, she appeared alongside Sophie Cookson in the spy drama Red Joan. Inspired by real events, the film tells the story of Russian spy Joan Stanley. Dame Judi Dench is undoubtedly one of our best and most loved actresses. But what's particularly inspiring about her story is how she's developed an international reputation quite late in life, showing that age need not be a barrier. She's still as popular as ever and thankfully shows no signs of slowing down. So whether you're into the latest releases or prefer to go behind the scenes with our greatest filmmakers, do subscribe to our channel to get regular updates. There's plenty to watch and we post new videos every week. Here's a few more from Rabbit and Snail that you might want to check out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.